There's certainly a very analytical, interesting piece in the Times of India today, and this pertains to India's middle class. Mr. Modi has done for them what 13 prime ministers could not. You heard that right. Mr. Modi has taken us back to the pre-British Raj, to the pre-colonial era. And no, I'm not joking. I'm not being sarcastic either. The average middle class income as a base is 2.6 lakhs a year, which roughly translates to about 20,000 per month. Now, this makes the share of middle class income in the national income at levels one had seen in 1820, which is the pre-colonial era, the pre-British Raj. The rich are richer than in 1820. The poor, of course, have sunk deeper into poverty, but this government clearly doesn't care. Another important analysis is that India pays its workers the lowest anywhere in the world, skilled or unskilled. The ILO data shows that the average hourly wage of an Indian worker is 5th lowest in the world, and someone who has a fancy high degree and is doing a skilled job is being paid the world's 7th lowest wages. Now, an interesting analysis that I came across is, what is middle class India spending on? And this is an eye-opener. A decade back, the largest share of urban households, apart from the food expense, was on education. Today, the largest expense, apart from food, is on transportation. Just to get from one place to the other, that gives you a sense of how steeply priced fuel prices are in this country. Middle class India is also increasingly saving less and borrowing more. They're in higher debt. Indian household saving in fiscal year 2012 was 8 times of their debt. Today, the household savings is just 4 times of their debt. It's almost halved. An interesting factoid, and this is something that I came across and I thought one should share here, is how long would it take to pay for a house, a car, and an iPhone? Now, let's look at house prices. If average income is 22,000 rupees, a house in Delhi, for instance, the average price would be 10,000 square feet. You buy a basic unit of 1,000 square feet, it will cost you 1 crore rupees. It takes about 38 years of your salary to pay for that house. You buy a car, an average car price 13 lakh rupees. It will take 5 years of your salary to pay for that car. And an iPhone. And no, I'm not talking about the fanciest, most expensive version. Let's look at the cheapest iPhone available in the market. I think it's at about 60,000 rupees. It will take 3 months of your salaries to cover that cost. That's how pitiable the situation of middle class India is. And which is why you see the government talk about every other thing other than economy, other than jobs, other than wages, because this is all weapons of mass distraction.